Hey there! So in the previous videos, I've shown you how to edit your pictures and how to find queries on different sites. However, pictures and emails, those aren't the only types of content that you will send out as a pure professional or as an expert who wants their content or information out there, or to get those media mentions or media exposure. So one of the ways you can also get media exposure is through a press release. Now, you can either post the press release on your own website, or you can use press release on platforms that allows you to publish, and then they will distribute the press release to different, or should I say, to various journalists. Now, one of the sites that we often use, it's called Pressat. So this video is just a bit of an introduction into Pressat and how you can use it, as well as a step-by-step how to publish the press release on the site. So just a bit more information on Pressat. So it's a press release distribution platform that helps you get your press release out properly. So instead of hosting your press release, it does distribute it to news outlets, media databases, and journalist feeds. Now, it's basically the place you go when you want something to be officially published. Now, so just a bit more on what you'll use it for. So Pressat, when you want your press release to reach real media channels, it's good for announcements, launches, reports, so anything newsworthy. So if you've got a product out, or you've got some information that you really want to share with the world, it's an amazing platform to use. Think of it as a structured way to put your story into the media. So a few differences between Pressat and other platforms. So not all press release sites do the same thing. Some publish your press release on this site. However, Pressat does distribute it as well. And it's an approval process, so you know that it's a bit of a higher quality. So yeah, let's get to Pressat. So you go to Google and then Google Pressat and go to the first result over here. This will take you to the main page. Let's just go through this briefly. So it's got all of the details here, so you can see the recent press releases that were published on the site, all of the different services like translation and the copywriting services if you want them to create the press release for you. Some of the benefits, hassle-free and then rapid support, and then just some more information down here. And then just a bit of a tool on how it works. You can definitely take a read through all of this and then use it alongside this video so you can make the most out of the site. I think one of the most important pages would be the pricing, so that you know if it works for your budget, whether it's for your own company or for a client. So you've got different packages right here. You've got the subscription with the 5 press releases over here with the multiple newsrooms. So this is £290 over here. This is good if you release like a lot of products, or you've got a lot of announcements that you want to make. So you basically publishing multiple press releases each month. You also have the bundle, the once-off bundle. So if you know, okay, I'm going to publish a bunch of press releases back to back, so this would be a good one to use. You get 10 press releases, and then it's at £80. It's a once-off price. And then this is the one that we've only used. I think it's amazing, and yeah, it's one of the most popular packages. It's the one that we've only used so far. So it's £110 per submission. You get 1 press release, 1 newsroom, and that's basically the, should I say, the space in which you would publish your press release. So if you are focusing on internal news that you want to put out, then you'll have 1 press newsroom for that. However, if you want to publish a press release for a client, you'll create another newsroom so that it's a bit separate. And all of the benefits here are the same. So the targeted distribution, syndication, it's posted on social media, it's search engine indexed, so you can find it on Google when you search for it, and you also get the analytics. So to sign up for Pressat, you'll basically go to the the sign up page. It's going to ask you for your full name, your email, password, and then you're going to have to click that little box down there that says I'm not a robot, and then you can create your account. So once you have your account and you are, signed up, you can go to this box here on the top corner on the right side, and this will take you to the dashboard. So here you can see we've already submitted 2 press releases on here. So your account, so you can make all of the different changes to your account right here. You manage the different profiles that you might have, the different newsrooms. So you can see all of the details that they ask you when you create that newsroom. And then to create a press release, manage the different ones you have, the different add-ons, I'll get to that later, and then the bundle plans that was mentioned on the pricing page. So yeah, let's go back, and then to create a press release. Now you can either use these services to create a press release, or you can create your own one and then just copy and paste all of the information in here. And that's what I've done. So I've created a press release and I will paste in all of the information here. So you'll click on this big box here on the right hand side. So the company profile, I think this is the only one that we have, so it's selected right here. And then the language, so this would be your title or your headline over here. So let's just paste that in. Okay, and now here you'll paste in the body of your press release. Now you can make changes to the text in here. However, I do think that it works a bit better if you have all of the details included. So all of your headings are in already, as well as your links. So you don't have to add them like afterward while you're busy editing here. However, if you forgot, that's totally fine. You can basically bold, like let's say I want to bold this over here. So you can make the changes over here, you can add your links. And then once you've added the content, just make sure that all of the information or the details are correct. And then also look out for these, I would say, unnatural spacing right here. So I'm going to remove these so that it looks a bit more, should I say, uniform. Okay, so now once you have that newsroom, it's going to add the email contact as well as your website here on the side. So I don't think it's really necessary to add the media contact details down here, but if it's a bit more detailed, you are definitely free to do so, to add the media contact down here as well. So you've got your caption or your block quote. So let's say this is your messaging, the core message that you really want to put out, like why you are posting or publishing this press release. For this, I'm just going to copy in this because it's nice and short. So let's just paste that in there. Any internal notes, for yourself, while you are publishing this, I'm not sure if it pops up afterward, but the notes will be available to you here. The relevant sectors, so for this one, it's about PR. So let's go with media and marketing. You can choose multiple, but for this, we're just going to choose the one. So any keywords, so let's just say Parliament PR for this one. And then you've got the publication date here as well. So once all the information here is correct, you will make your way to the next step. So this will take us to the media, which is going to be all of your images, so it's going to be your videos. So make sure that you have all of your images ready so that you don't have to wait on, getting everything published. So let's just give this a second. So now we've got the media right here. So like I mentioned, all of the images that you would like to include, a video as well, you can include all of this right here. However, if you don't have any images that you want to include with a video, that's perfectly fine. You can make your way to the next page right here. But this is where you can attach all of those and add the links right in here. So this would be all of the different add-ons that we mentioned earlier. Okay, so if you want your press release to be featured on specific sites, you can choose all of these here. So you can just click on here and it's going to add it to the final total right at the end. So the different sites that you get here. There's also some proofreading services as well. So they are all on this page. If you're working with a limited budget, you don't have to choose any of this here, because keep in mind at the end there's going to be added tax as well. So that initial price that we saw, that does not include the tax. It's going to be included at the end. So if you don't want to choose any of these, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to get, more exposure, I think it's good to consider some of these add-ons right here. But if you're not going to choose anything, you can make your way to the next step, which is the final step, and this is the payment. So over here you can see the initial price, £110, and then this is the added tax, and this is the overall price. If I've chosen any of those add-ons, it would have been a bit higher. So you can see all of the details over here. So this is extremely important, just to click on here to see what the final press release will look like. If you click on here, so this is what I mentioned by the media contact, and everything will be included. So you've got the contact email, and you've got the website over here. And then I've added all of those in here as well. So you have a choice to leave it in or to remove it. So this is the block quote or the caption that I've basically chosen. So this is this over here. So if you want your message to be something a bit down here, or let's say I don't know if it's a summary, but yes, you can basically have the messaging right here. Maybe not something that is chosen like from the top section, so that there's a bit of spacing between the two. And then also, I forgot to mention, your media will not appear in between the sections or below a paragraph here. The media will appear at the bottom. So if you were thinking, or if you were wondering, okay, when do I add the images in between the content, you won't be able to. It's going to appear right at the bottom. If you are happy with everything, like all of the details here, you can make your way to the payment page right here, add all of your details, and then yeah, you can just pay and you'll be able to publish your press release. Now, I do want to mention that it's going to take, like, I think a few minutes before it is approved. And then once it's approved, you will get a confirmation email that says that, okay, you've made the payment, this is your press release. They'll send the link. You'll also be able to go onto the platform, and I think it's going to be on manage your press releases, where you can download the receipt, and you can also check out the analytics to see all of the sites that the press release was posted on, and then also the different social media platforms and all of that. So you'll have the link as well as the analytics. You can use that analytics for yourself, or you can take a screenshot of it and then send that to your client along with the link. So yeah, this is just one of the, should I say, press distribution, press release platforms that allows you to publish your content.